Welcome to Along the Rock, brought to you by the Radar Free Press. I am your host, Kaitlyn Blum. Today with us we have Heather Waninger, which is the Youth Program Director, and then Angie Schneider, who is the Sterling Township Supervisor. And today we're here to talk about the Elevate Youth Center that you guys have created. So for those of us who have no clue what that is, what is the Elevate Youth Center?
So Elevate Youth Center is a space that Angie Schneider dreamed up about a place where we could provide services for middle school and high school students. We know a lot of students get a lot of programming for elementary age, and as they get older, we kind of, as a community, quit supporting that age group. So we wanted a place where middle school and high school students could go and hang out and have supervised adults and adults there that can build relationships with them, and then also just they're supervised and they get to hang out. So Tuesdays and Thursdays we're open from 4 to 8 for our middle school students on Tuesdays, and then high school only on Thursday nights.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the creation and history of this? Because I've personally been following it for a few years now, but I want to hear about the story from like the beginning to where you guys are now.
Sure. So when I became supervisor, the first thing I wanted to do was just evaluate what was needed in our community that wasn't being offered. And I felt that youth services was definitely a need. Like everyone's always saying, like, there's nothing for kids to do here. And of course, you have a lot of kids that are in like activities like sports and things, but I wanted a place to go for kids that was just safe, that they could build connections with other kids and adults. And then also to bring in like an education element as well, because sometimes we bring in a speaker, and sometimes it's they talk about fun topics like 3D printing, and then sometimes it's more like mental health and conflict resolution and things like that. So we really just, let me back up just a little bit. We used to have 3 buildings, and of course like none of the buildings would have like accommodated like the space for kids, and also it doesn't make sense to have 3 buildings. And so the first step was just to find a location that was great for us, that would meet all of our needs, and then the old Fun Jump was just perfect. So we had this idea of bringing this youth center together. Of course, never done anything like that before, so we needed help. So we were able to put together a team of 10 people, great individuals in our community that all could share their thoughts and ideas, and what does it look like, who are we serving, all the just details of how to make this work. And we found out about a place called Second Story in Princeton, Illinois, that was really doing the same thing. So we were able to just reach out to them and just say, okay, what are you doing? Like, that's great. What shouldn't we do? Just all the things that they've gone through over the course of the period of time that they've been open. So they've really helped us along the way build this youth center. So.
Wow, what a journey you guys have been on. It's really fun from like an idea to actually like making that idea and dream happen. It's really an incredible thing that you guys have done for our community.
Thank you.
So like specifically, what kind of activities do you guys have going on at the Elevate Youth Center?
So we have a couple of different things kind of going on. We spend a lot of time doing after-school programming now. So we've partnered with Challen Middle School. We have a bus that comes over from the middle school every day, Monday through Thursday, directly after school until 5:30. So we provide a snack, quiet homework time, and then they get to use the center, have free time. That's when we have a lot of our guest speakers come in at that time. And then once a week, we go over to the Y. Miss Jamie's amazing. And we either swim or she does some sort of group game or activity, or teaches like a workout class. They got to use the spinning bicycles, or we've used the weight room, all those things. And so we go over there once a week in order for the kids to have an opportunity to use the Y.
Wow, so yeah, it's not just like the education and the relationship building. You also have fitness as a portion of your programming too.
Yep. So those are the after-school kids, and then we also have Elevate, the actual drop-in time. So Tuesdays and Thursdays again, from 4 to 8, students can come in from all over the community. We have students from Rock Falls and Dixon and all kinds of areas that are coming to hang out. We serve a meal 6 o'clock around 6 o'clock every Tuesday and Thursday. Everything's free of charge. And then the center is being used. We have Crider Services that comes in and uses it during the day. We've had some corporations, Sauk Valley Leadership Programs used it a few times. The Regional Office of Education uses it. So we have other programming during the day too that that space is being utilized to help support the community.
Wow, so it really is a multi-use space. Like you don't just have the youth programs going on there. This is like a building for the whole community to utilize.
Yep.
What's like most popular with the kids? I got to know out of everything.
The Xbox for sure. I am not a video game person, so I was like, oh man, I don't know what to use. I don't know which ones. So we did some surveys. So we bought a Switch and an Xbox. The Xbox is definitely the popular one. And then they just love the basketball hoop. So kind of a lot of students are outside shooting the basketball hoop, throwing the football. So they spend a lot of time outside doing those things too.
So they're still staying really social though. Like all these are like social activities.
Yeah. Sometimes you get kids that'll pull the computers out and put their headphones on and kind of sit to themselves. But for the most part, they're hanging out. They're talking with one another. Sometimes their cell phones. I would love to go to a cell phone free like time frame. I know we'd never get 4 hours of cell phone free time. We're all a little addicted, right? But sometimes they kind of sit around on their phones. But for the most part, they're hanging out, talking to each other, enjoying one another.
Have you noticed, have the kids like really like grown or changed as they've been going to Elevate?
I've seen a lot of friendships build. There's been, we have some students that are from different areas of the community. We have a couple of homeschool families. So there's really been some friendships that have built that are not based off of school. So it's given them an opportunity to meet new students. And then I think there's some students that they're clearly friends at school and they all kind of come and hang out. So that's an additional place for them to come and hang out with their friends and do different things other than, either at each other's houses. Sometimes I know they go to the parks and stuff like that. So it's another place. In the summer it's air conditioned, in the winter it's heated. So it's all nice stuff.
Yeah, climate control, like that's nice.
Yeah, I can come into the air conditioning.
So I was going to ask, do you have like a particular like story or like thing that's gone on that was just like really heartwarming that you've seen like happen at Elevate?
Oh, there's a couple. When we first opened, there was a set of students that really needed some kind of additional support. We were able to provide food, get them connected to resources in the community, kind of help build these two individuals to find jobs, and now they don't come anymore because they're set, which at first kind of broke our hearts, and then we kind of realized like that's a success story that they didn't need us anymore. But we currently have a student that he's a little fiery and has a bold personality, and he loves to be in the kitchen. He loves to kind of just communicate with people, and we've been able to teach him how to do dishes and kind of help in the kitchen, and he's kind of found a place where he really kind of enjoys taking some responsibility of. He helps make slushies and helps our cook Brandy, helps her get stuff ready, and so he's just a lot of fun to be able to kind of like support and give him kind of a new kind of passion or something he enjoys doing.
Wow, that's actually really amazing to see that. Just like see a kid that like wants to have those extra responsibilities.
Yeah.
And then you're giving him that outlet to like grow in that capacity.
He's a lot of fun.
So I know you guys have like a lot of involvement with like other organizations throughout the community. What does that look like?
So we really tried to partner with our local community in introducing students to what's around. A lot of times you hear students or you hear families say, there's nothing in our area. There's, we're going to grow up and we're going to leave this area because there's nothing to do and there's no good things here. And that's just not the truth. And so I'm a firm believer in introducing students to as much as they possibly can because they can't dream what they don't know about. So I like bringing different speakers in. So we've had speakers, Ben Sonogroff from the LTC came in and did the 3D printing workshops, which they loved. And then we've had people from Sinisippi and from LSSI come in. And then Ashley from Lundstrom's came in and did a bouquet of flowers with them. And then Primitive Frills did a paint project with them. So we've just had a whole bunch of people in our community kind of come in and do different activities or tasks with them, introduce them to things in the community. This summer we had the opportunity to take kids to Culver's. We went to Boston Leather. We went to the Sauk Valley Bank. and let them see what CGH, let them see kind of behind the scenes of places that they might know or not know about. And you get to see those things. And so it just introduces students to their community and the resources around them.
Yeah, you're just broadening their world. And what I'm impressed by, it's not just like organizations you're working with like small business owners.
Sure.
Too.
Yeah.
And that's really important for just keeping the community going and thriving, is having that going on.
Yeah.
So
we
I was
also worked with the Illinois Extension office. They did some gardening programming with us, with the kids. So that was really neat. They got to plant vegetables and they got to harvest them, and they made some pesto and I think other things. So it was really cool to expose them to the gardening side too. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Molly, we spent a lot of time in the garden this summer. Molly Johnson was amazing. And then Kathy came in and did some cooking and got to harvest that process of a garden that I don't have the patience for. But the beginning, the planting, the first few weeks they like to weed the garden, and then that middle stretch of gardening.
It's not really fun at this point. No.
I'm glad some people like, but it's not me. They kind of like lost interest, but then all of a sudden when they could see the tomatoes growing and the cucumbers coming in, they were like, we want to go to the garden. And so now they've got to make some things out of our garden. So it's been this full circle moment for them.
Full circle, like literally from planting all the way to eating and like getting to cook those with those ingredients.
Yeah, we made homemade pizza last week. And so they got to make the pizza sauce from scratch. And then, so they did that with Extension, and then Brandy, our cook, she let them make homemade pizzas. So
wow,
they had a good time.
So like, how can the community like further support you guys? Like, is there something you're in need of or anything like that?
We definitely need some volunteers. What we really need from a volunteer is just to be willing to connect with a student. Just each student might connect with different people. So just to take the time to just have a conversation with them, or if there's something that someone's able to teach or wants to come in and be a presenter to our youth, that would be great too.
Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, you're looking for people to just come in and share skills, build a connection. That's great. I was going to ask, what are the details? So like if we have a student that's in that middle school, high school age range in Sterling, what do we got to know so they can visit?
They can drop in. They're welcome to drop in Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 8. Social media has all of our information on our website. We ask for families to set up KidCheck. So KidCheck is a program or system that we use where the guardians enter in their information and use their number, and then students come in with that phone number, and then it'll send text messages to their guardian saying that they've arrived at Elevate Youth Center. So then they know that they're there. It's a space. Their parents don't have to come in. Of course, they're welcome to and to see the space and to meet everybody. And then when they leave at the end of the day, then they get another text message saying that they've left. And then we have a code of conduct that we have families sign after the student has come a time or two, that we have them sign, and that gets sent home once they've arrived.
Easy, yeah. Just find you guys on social media.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I like to end with a fun question, as always. If the Elevate Youth Center had a theme song, what would that theme song be?
I don't know.
I don't have any.
You came up with the best one of the All-Star song. That probably definitely is something fun and upbeat, something a little silly. But off the top of my head, I can't think of a song.
Yeah, I said All Star by Smash Mouth. I'm just like,
that's
fitting. Playing basketball, just, having a good time.
Yeah.
But thank you, Angie and Heather, for being here with me today. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
I don't have anything, but thank you so much for having us.
This is fun.
Of course. And I want to say thank you to our listeners and thank you to our production crew as well. Remember that the Radar Free Press is free, so we do rely on those likes, shares, and comments to keep us thriving. And if you want to see more videos like this, check out thereradar.online.